Did you ever wonder where the journey of Joe Lieberman, the man who almost became America's first Jewish vice president, began? Let's go back to the mid-20th century, to the city of Stamford, Connecticut. Here, in the heart of New England, Joseph Isidore Lieberman was born on February 24, 1942. The son of Henry and Marcia Lieberman, Joe grew up in a working-class family. His parents were of Orthodox Jewish faith, a background that profoundly shaped his life and beliefs. Living in a predominantly Catholic neighborhood, Lieberman learned from a young age to navigate the waters of difference and diversity. It was in the halls of Stamford High School where Lieberman first showed signs of a promising future. As class president, he honed his leadership skills and developed a passion for public service. This passion followed him to Yale University, where he graduated with a Bachelor of Arts degree in both political science and economics. But Lieberman didn't stop there. Continuing his education at Yale Law School, he furthered his understanding of the legal landscape of the United States. It was during these formative years at Yale that Lieberman's interest in politics took root, an interest that would soon blossom into a full-fledged career. From his humble beginnings in Stamford, Connecticut, a young Lieberman was all set to embark on a journey that would take him to the corridors of power. So, how did a young law graduate transform into a political figure? Let's delve into Joe Lieberman's early political career. Fresh out of Yale Law School, Lieberman didn't waste any time before he started making his mark in Connecticut's political landscape. Eager to create an impact, he ran for the Connecticut State Senate in 1970. His campaign was a blend of youthful energy, fresh ideas, and a deep-seated commitment to public service. His efforts were rewarded when he was elected, marking his first step into the realm of politics. As a state senator, Lieberman proved himself to be a natural leader. He was known for his ability to build consensus among his colleagues and his dedication to the people he served. He wasn't afraid to tackle tough issues, and he was always ready to stand up for what he believed was right. After a decade in the state Senate, Lieberman decided to aim higher. In 1982, he ran for the office of the Attorney General of Connecticut. His campaign was marked by his promise to uphold justice and his commitment to the rule of law. The people of Connecticut responded positively, and he was elected as the state's top law enforcement officer. During his tenure as Attorney General, Lieberman gained national prominence. He was recognized for his relentless pursuit of justice and his ability to balance the law with the needs of the people. His approach to his work earned him respect from both sides of the political aisle, laying the groundwork for his future political career on the national stage. Lieberman's journey was just beginning, and little did he know then that he was destined for greater things. His early years in politics formed the foundation of a career that would see him rise to one of the highest offices in the land. But that's a story for another time. For now, let's remember this: every great journey starts with a single step. And for Joe Lieberman, that step was taken in the Connecticut State Senate. Lieberman's journey was just beginning, and little did he know then that he was destined for greater things. What does it take to be elected to the United States Senate? Joe Lieberman was about to find out. The year was 1988, and Lieberman, a seasoned politician, had set his sights on the United States Senate. It was a bold move, but one that would ultimately pay off. He won the election, marking the start of a new chapter in his political career. Lieberman was now a senator, representing the state of Connecticut. As a senator, Lieberman was known for his moderate stance. He wasn't one to toe the party line blindly. Instead, he evaluated each issue on its merits, often crossing party lines to vote with his conscience. This approach earned him respect from both sides of the aisle, making him a valuable asset in the Senate. Lieberman's work on various committees was noteworthy. He served on the Armed Services Committee, where he focused on national defense and military readiness. As a member of the Environment and Public Works Committee, he was a strong advocate for clean energy and climate change mitigation. His tenure on the Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee led to significant improvements in the nation's security infrastructure. But perhaps the most telling testament to Lieberman's effectiveness as a senator were his re-elections. Time and again, the people of Connecticut showed their faith in him, re-electing him for 3 consecutive terms. His reputation as a moderate Democrat willing to reach across the aisle for the greater good was a significant factor in his continued success. Lieberman's journey to the Senate wasn't easy, but it was worth it. He made his mark, not just as a senator, but as a leader who was willing to take a stand, even when it wasn't popular. His moderate approach to politics may have ruffled some feathers, but it also earned him respect and admiration from his peers and constituents. Lieberman had made his mark in the Senate, but destiny had even bigger plans. How does one step away from becoming the Vice President of the United States? Joe Lieberman was about to discover. In the year 2000, Lieberman found himself in the national spotlight when he was selected as Al Gore's running mate in the presidential election. It was a historic moment, marking the first time an Orthodox Jew was nominated for national office on a major party ticket. This ticket represented a beacon of diversity and inclusion for many Americans. The race was tight, with the election results mired in controversy. The infamous Florida recount and hanging chads became etched in the annals of American political history. Ultimately, after a Supreme Court decision, the election swung in favor of George W. Bush and his running mate Dick Cheney. Lieberman and Gore graciously conceded, but the sting of the contentious election remained. Yet, this did not mark the end of Lieberman's political journey. Quite the contrary, it marked the beginning of a new chapter. The following years saw Lieberman return to the Senate, where he continued to serve Connecticut with dedication. His political views, however, began to diverge from those of his party. Lieberman's stance on various issues, including the Iraq War and Homeland Security, started to distance him from the Democrats. His support for the war and his hawkish views on foreign policy were at odds with the party's increasingly anti-war stance. It was a divergence that would eventually lead to Lieberman losing the Democratic primary in 2006. But Lieberman was not one to bow out quietly. He ran as an independent in the general election and won, proving that his appeal extended beyond party lines. His shift to independent status symbolized his commitment to his beliefs, even when they clashed with party doctrine. In the years that followed, Lieberman continued to serve with conviction. He remained committed to his principles, even when they were controversial or unpopular. From championing legislation on climate change to advocating for stronger national security measures, Lieberman's influence was felt in various aspects of American politics. Though he never became vice president, Lieberman's impact on American politics was undeniable. His career, marked by a devotion to his principles and a willingness to cross party lines, serves as a testament to his enduring influence in the constantly shifting landscape of American politics. So, what mark did Joe Lieberman leave on American politics? In considering Lieberman's legacy, one must acknowledge his profound influence on the dynamics of American politics. His career was characterized by a steadfast commitment to his principles, even when they ran counter to party lines. Lieberman's reputation for bipartisanship was not simply a political strategy, but a reflection of his core belief that the best solutions are often found in the middle ground. He was known for reaching across the aisle, working with Democrats and Republicans alike to push forward legislation that he believed would benefit the American people. This approach earned him respect from both sides of the political spectrum, even though it sometimes put him at odds with his own party. His bipartisanship was perhaps most evident in his stance on national security, where he consistently advocated for a strong defense and proactive foreign policy. His views were instrumental in shaping the discourse on national security in the United States, and his influence in this area continues to be felt today. But Lieberman's legacy extends beyond the realm of politics. After leaving office, he continued to contribute to society through his involvement in various organizations. He served as chairman of the advocacy group No Labels, which seeks to combat political polarization and promote bipartisan cooperation. He also became a senior counsel at the law firm Kasowitz, Benson, Torres, and Friedman, lending his expertise to matters of public policy and government relations. Over the years, Lieberman has used his platform to advocate for causes close to his heart, from environmental protection to education reform. His unyielding commitment to public service is a testament to his dedication to creating a better world for future generations. In sum, Lieberman's unique approach to politics, his dedication to bipartisanship, and his continued influence in public life have left an indelible mark on the American political landscape. Whether you agreed with his politics or not, there's no denying the impact Joe Lieberman had on the American political landscape.